Welcome to lesson 195. So yesterday we put the future in the hands of God, and now the only thing we have left to do is walk around in love and gratitude and appreciating everything. It's going to be so great. The ego is going to be so bored. We're letting go of drama and grievances and chips on our shoulders and little things that annoy us. And instead, we're going to be grateful and appreciate and be thankful. So love is the way I walk in gratitude. Gratitude is a lesson hard to learn for Sadie and for those who look upon the world amiss. So if you've been a JB, you've been judging and, just seeing everything that's been wrong with everything for a long time, it's hard. It's a hard lesson to learn. The most they can do is see themselves as better off than others, and they try to be content because another seems to suffer more than they. How pitiful and depreciating are such thoughts. For who has cause for thanks while others have less cause? So it's funny because it's like, I think a lot of us probably growing up, you complain a little bit to your parents or whatever, and they're like, it could be worse. You could be an African child starving right now, Or it's like, oh, why do I have to complain about so-and-so has this to complain about, And sometimes that is, I guess, good to put things into perspective for you, but it is silly. And who could suffer less because he sees another suffer more? That's really not what we want to be focusing on. Your gratitude is due to him alone who made all cause of sorrow disappear throughout the world. So it is insane to offer thanks because of suffering. But it is equally insane to fail in gratitude to one who offers you the certain means whereby all pain is healed and suffering replaced with laughter and happiness. So it's a good day to be joyful. It's a good day to be thankful. It's a good day to be like, you know what? Everything just is. God is, the situation is, life is, and happiness is my true state of being. Joy is, peace is. And then catch yourself when you're being less than that. And then you practice, right? Do you want to be happy or not? So it goes on and on here a little bit about, you do not offer God your gratitude because your brother is more slave than you, nor could you sanely be enraged if he seems freer. Love makes no comparisons, and gratitude can only be sincere if it be joined to love. We offer thanks to God our Father that in us all things will find their freedom. It will never be that some are loosed while others are still bound. For who can bargain in the name of love? So therefore, give thanks, but in sincerity. So you have to be genuine. You have to be sincere. You have to have love. And let your gratitude make room for all who will escape with you, the sick, the weak, the needy, afraid, and those who mourn a seeming loss or feel apparent pain, who suffer cold or hunger or walk the way of hatred in the path of death. So, all these go with you. Let us not compare ourselves with them, for thus we split them off from our awareness of the unity we share with them, as they must share with us. So that's saying, we're not going to focus on people suffering anymore and then use that as a reason to say, we're suffering less, so we should be thankful. No. We're going to see us all as one. And as we are laughing and joyful and happy and thankful and grateful, we will help them come with us in oneness. We thank our Father for one thing alone, that we are separate from no living thing and therefore one with him. And we rejoice that no exceptions ever can be made which would reduce our wholeness, nor impair or change our function to complete the one who is himself completion. All right, so we give thanks for every living thing, for otherwise we offer thanks for nothing. It's all or nothing here. And we fail to recognize the gifts of God to us. Okay, So we're going to be thankful for everything, every living thing, every single living thing, everything. Jesus for lesson 195 said, be grateful you are here. Yes, be grateful that you are here in this temporary vehicle you're residing in, given the opportunity to find love and giving the opportunity to transform your mind from suffering to love and the opportunity to be happy. So you can be happy for a million things, but then there's going to be that one thing that gets under your skin or in your mind and that you're going to judge, and that is going to lose your happiness. Really, Jesus said, when you believe in sin, that's when you judge others. That's when you resent and hate and hold things against people. When you believe in sin, you lose your peace. You give up everything good. You lose everything when you are focusing in judgment and separateness. So the remedy is simple. Appreciate every single living thing around you. Be grateful and love and love and love and love and focus on all the things in appreciation. It's easier said than done. Okay, I'll just say that. I don't want to ruin Jesus's pep talk, but I'm just saying, if left to its own devices, your ego mind or the ego thought system that you seem to tap into and reside in and follow will lead you into something that doesn't feel good. And that should be your first indication. Like, okay, this doesn't feel good, and it's my inherent right to be at peace, to feel good, to be happy. If there's anything less than that, hello, that's your red flag that you are headed into the ego thought system, and you need to take a minute or 100 minutes and start to focus on the things that you can be grateful for. I'm so grateful to be hanging out in this body that gives me this opportunity to run around and transform my mind into love. And it gives me this kind of opportunity to feel love and be love and experience love. It gives me an opportunity to be happy. I mean, and then you just start, okay, I am very blessed. I'm very happy. I have done a lot of my inner work. I'm in a better place. For the most part, I have peace of mind until I let my mind wander into the ego's realm, where we make up stories of lack, of separation, of hatred, of fighting, of betrayal, of, this or that, of pain, of suffering, of death. Like, we fantasize about this stuff. And you're like, I would never. Okay, well, how often are you thinking about that kind of stuff? Yeah. You're worshiping it, you're believing it, you're fantasizing it, you're manifesting it. So stop. Stop and walk in gratitude. Love is the way I walk in gratitude. You need love for the gratitude to be sincere. So once you get yourself into a good place, my dear, then let our brothers lean their tired heads against our shoulders as they rest a while. So it's not just about inspiring others to be this way, like, you're also giving them space to just rest a minute in your energy. We offer thanks for them, for if we can direct them to the peace that we would find, the way is opening at last to us. An ancient door is swinging free again. A long forgotten word re-echoes in our memory and gathers clarity as we are willing once again to hear. Walk then in gratitude the way of love, for hatred is forgotten when, here's the ticket, we lay comparisons aside. You have to stop comparing. What more remains as obstacles to peace? The fear of God is now undone at last, and we forgive without comparing. Thus, we cannot choose to overlook some things and yet retain some others still locked away as bam, bam, sins. When your forgiveness is complete, you will have total gratitude, for you will see that everything has earned the right to love by being loving, even as yourself. So that's just it. It's all or nothing. Forgive it all, or you've forgiven nothing. Love it all, or you love nothing. So once you can kind of get into this feeling, and then other people you're rubbing off on them, I guess, and inspiring them, then you are getting closer and closer to, what did they call it? An ancient door is swinging free again. A long forgotten word, capital W, re-echoes in our memory. So yeah, we're getting back to our true selves. pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 195 Insights. Love is the way I walk in gratitude. A key idea brought up several times in this lesson is that love makes no comparisons. Comparison is a way of setting things apart. So comparison is a reflection of unforgiveness. If I have forgiven my brother, I have let go of the idea that he is separate from me. It is impossible to compare what is one. There must be an other for a comparison to be made. Each time I recognize my brother shares the same need to love I have, my forgiveness or letting go of illusion is strengthened. Everyone in the world needs to love, because love is what we all are. Yet the world was made to be a place without love, where love God is excluded. And so we wander the world searching for love because we hear the call from our heart to return to love. Forgiveness is the means in this world to remove the barriers to love's presence. That is why when forgiveness is complete, gratitude is complete, because love is complete. As I learn to look past the behavior I disapprove of, the words that seem to hurt, and see the love I share with all things, gratitude fills my heart. I no longer need to defend. I no longer need to compare myself with anything or anyone. The full recognition of the love I am dawns upon my mind. The search is over. I have found what I am, and what I am encompasses all of life. For what I am is one with love, my source. Love fills me and is my strength. Love is my safety and my peace. Today, let me look upon my brother and see him as he is, with no thought of the past and no empty images that could ever contain his magnificent light. Thus, I will recognize myself, and I will walk in gratitude. Inherent within the love of our source is oneness. Oneness is the truth. Because all is one love, there are no differences, no exceptions. When I open my mind to accept this truth, the truth of God's love as being all there is, I am filled with gratitude. Gratitude comes inherently with accepting the truth that God's love is all there is. Today, my practice is to be grateful for the truth of our oneness in God. I am grateful that the truth of oneness is real and nothing else is real. This opening to the truth brings me deep peace. God is one. No dreams can change that. Of this, I am grateful. I am thankful dreams of separation could never be true. I am thankful everyone is safe in God and their true identity could never be changed from how God created them. I am thankful that all is real. I am thankful that all that is real still resides in heaven and has never left heaven. I am thankful we cannot leave God even though we may dream of separation. I am thankful love is the only reality and dreams of separation could never be real. Remembering the reality and oneness of love is the way I walk in gratitude. That is the essence of today's lesson for me. Pathwaysoflight.org. I think that should be helpful a little bit to see your brothers that you're judging, like, be like, oh, I'm so glad they're still as God created them. Whew. I don't know. I mean, if you've tried everything, that could be another thing you could try. But here's how we're going to end this today. We learn to think of gratitude in place of anger, malice, and revenge. We have been given everything. If we refuse to recognize it, we are not entitled, therefore, to our bitterness and to a self-perception which regards us in a place of merciless pursuit, where we are badgered ceaselessly and pushed about without a thought or care for us or for our future. So don't be ignorant. You're not entitled to your bitterness or your anger or your malice or your revenge. You know too much now, so knock it off. Gratitude becomes a single thought. We substitute for these insane perceptions. God has cared for us and calls us son. Can there be more than this? Can there? Our gratitude will pave the way to him and shorten our learning time by more than you could ever dream of. So do you want to keep on coming back to earth doing the same stupid stuff again and again? Then keep on with your bad self, your judging self, your condemning self, your malice self, your revengeful self. Look at this. See this smile? There's a part of me that wants to do that. There's a part of me that wants to be insane. But do I really want to just keep on holding myself away from salvation, enlightenment, peace, God? Not really. So gratitude goes hand in hand with love, and where one is, the other must be found. For gratitude is but an aspect of the love, which is the source of all creation. So I do know truly in my heart of hearts that when I'm being anything less than love, that is not who I truly am. I know love is the way. I know gratitude is the way, but I also know how freaking hard that is sometimes because we are so accustomed to playing in the ego's battlefield. And we've gotten really, really good at it. And it's become a way of life, but we have to choose differently. God give thanks to you, his son, for being what you are, his own completion and the source of love along with him. Your gratitude to him is one with his to you. For love can walk no road except the way of gratitude. And thus we go who walk the way to God. So that's lesson 195. Love is the way I walk in gratitude. So hopefully this isn't the hardest lesson to do for you, but if it is, I get it. But you just keep on trying. You keep on being love. You keep on looking for things to appreciate. You keep on letting go more of, doing your forgiveness work, understanding that, You're just all one. So it does, understanding oneness, or trying to understand oneness, because it really is slightly difficult for our minds to get wrapped around that and immersed in it. But if you can start seeing that one person that you still hold a grievance, like, be like, how can I hold a grievance against this one person? Like, we're all in this together. We're all in oneness. We're all in God. We're all love at our essence. None of this was even real. And then you just let it go and be happy. See if you can let yourself do that. Let it go and be happy. Let it go and be love. Let it go and walk in gratitude. You got this. Maybe.